Hi everyone and happy 8th. It's Scrappy Kathy here doing a page that's all about the number 8 because it is the 8th and it is the 42nd anniversary of our first 8th, and we celebrated every 8th. I should have calculated how many 8ths that was that we've celebrated, but it's 42 times 12. And I guess the last two have been on my own, but I'm choosing today to be a happy memories day, and the load prompt is all about Count Von Count. Everything's based on the Muppets this month. And so we're supposed to have maybe a list or use numbers prominently. So I'm going to have a list, but all of the numbers are going to be 8. And I've chosen several different, let's just get started. I'm just going to start pulling 8s. I'll pull this one that has the black. I'm going to put it, I think I'll do the numbers maybe just on this side of the line. There we go. And I've debated whether to pull some dots and use the dots, but I think I'll let them go dotless because I'm not going to have a dot for every alpha. So I'm going to toss that on the floor. And we have another 8 that's very different. I got reacquainted with a lot of my alphas when I went looking for these different sets. Let's see. I'm gonna go here. If I did the dots, it would look a little more like a list, but that's okay. I guess I could doodle them in. And there are all these dots here. It's going to be an 8-item list, of course. And let's see, there's an 8 here. I already had this glitter one, so I'm going to do a non-glittered one before I do another glitter one. There we go. And now I'll put the glittery one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can move this down a little bit. I snugged it up in case I didn't have room. But I want there to be a full line in between each number. And then have this red foil. I love this alpha. I don't know why I haven't used it a lot. It's chipboard, so I'm going to put a little glue. The foamy ones are fine. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to do a black and white. And this one. I'm going to have to pull those back because when I get ready to do my title. And the photo I'm using is one that I don't have any photos from that first 8th. We were, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I think I've probably told this story before we worked together, and I was his boss, actually. I was his manager. And he was working on a very special project, and we had done an exhaustive nationwide search for someone who was a specialist in the programming language that we were developing this system in. And he was the expert. He had used this to help design automobiles for General Motors. And so we'd worked together for a little over a year, and we'd been working together all day, and then I realized it was time to pick up James at daycare. So I said, okay, it was on a Friday evening. I said, okay, I'll see you Monday. And I went down my hallway and he went down his hallway. But after we got our stuff together, we met up at the stairway going out to the parking lot. And as we were walking out, I just kind of, let's see, I want to slide this under here, and I want to put a little bit of foam to have it kind of prop up at the top. I really don't have to take that off. Let's do this. I'm gonna kind of scooch that under so that I need to leave enough room to have the things that I'm listing there. I'm just gonna go ahead and embellish the photo cluster while I'm talking, because I think you can figure out what I'm doing. I'm using my Scrap Backwards kit, and this is my weekly Scrap Backwards video. It happens to fall on the 8th, so I'm doing that, and I'm doing the load prompt and all kinds of things. So anyway, as we're walking out to the car, I asked if he had any plans, and I said, why don't you take, would you like to take potluck with James and me? And he said, sure, what time should I be over? And when I got home, I had nothing, absolutely nothing in the refrigerator to fix for company. So we went out to a Mexican restaurant that was a favorite lunch spot in our group. And James came with us, of course, and we closed the place down, and James fell asleep after he finished eating everything in sight. He fell asleep lying on the booth, lying down on my lap, and John and I just talked forever and ever. And 3 months later to the day, we were married, and we celebrated we were married on August 8th, and we celebrated every 8th. Every month we went out on a date, or I cooked a special meal, or we planned a little weekend getaway, and we just always kind of honored the day. And when he was being transferred from the hospital to the nursing home, it was on a January 8th, and as soon as they opened it was during COVID, and I wasn't supposed to, get close to him. I'm gonna do I hate covering up the numbers, and more than that, I hate covering up that pretty lime green color. So I'm going to do it on this side. There, and then this one, I'll put it on this outside part. And as soon as I opened it up, it surprised him that I was there, and we said happy 8th to each other at exactly the same time. So it was, and then a month later, on February 8th, was when he passed away. So I'm choosing to think he held on and stayed alive so that we could have that one last 8th together. I wasn't gonna cry. This is a happy page, y'all. Do I need that bottle of champagne or just the glasses? I'll put it off to the side. I have this that I wanted to use somewhere. I can maybe sneak it in like so. Let me make sure none of the edge is gonna show. There we go. And then I have this one that has that pink color and the green, and I can maybe do that. Oh, and it's already stuck, so yay. And I have this little sticker that says the story. I could maybe do it like so. I think I'll save that for something else. I also have a penguin and a turtle. I'm gonna set the penguin up here on his side over by the, or do I want it maybe here? Just let him overlap the fizzies. And I have a little sunflower, which we know is one of John's favorite things. And then I have, I'm never gonna get that up. I have this turtle that it's a sticker, and I'm afraid it's a lot sturdier if I don't peel it. I'm gonna not peel it. And I'm going to put him, now I'm afraid that the sticker will come off the backing by itself, but in the album, inside a page protector, it ought to stay okay. And I'll apologize to my grandkids ahead of time if any of my stupid decisions cause things to come apart. And then I have this little musical clef with a heart, and it's just so cute, and it's sort of like an ampersand, and I like using ampersands when I do photos of all of us. And there's kind of a a messy spot right there where the original photo got a little bit messed up before I had a chance to scan it. Okay, so now I've got these things and these things that I'm gonna do. Now it's just gonna be a list of things. Things we are, things we loved, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna put happy by that one. And then I'm gonna put summertime right over here where it's long. It either has to go here or here. And just things throughout those "42 years that we embraced." This photo was not taken on the 8th, but it was taken about a month later. One of the stores in the mall that we shopped in, let's see, I think I'm gonna do it here. And I need to put the dot on the eye here. There we go. There. And I'm going to use hot, and I'm going to add an image that signifies hot. We both loved hot weather. And I grew up in hot weather in South Louisiana, and he grew up in Ohio hating snow and cold weather. So, okay, let's see what else I can use from here. Well, I want to use memories. Memories were obviously what scrapbooking is all about, and he loved my hobby of scrapbooking as much as I did, because he loved that I was preserving and honoring our memories. Now the dot for that eye is not around, so I'm going to borrow one from Shine Bright. It may not stick, so I'm going to go right there. I'm going to see if I can. I've dropped it and I'll never find it. Okay, there. And I think I want to use these maybe in conjunction with hot, but I need to see the image that I'm going to use. I want this to be an item of its own. This is also going to be an item. We loved coffee, and neither of us drank much coffee at all until Starbucks gave us a chance to pay $4 a cup for it. And we were fortunate when we first retired. We lived in a place that was 30 miles from the nearest Starbucks, then 30 miles from the nearest Lowe's and Home Depot, and we were renovating a 100-year-old house, and we needed many, many trips to Lowe's and Home Depot. I'm going to put it here because I can, and I'm not going to have any words there. But let's see what's a good summer. I guess these sunglasses and the And the flip-flops, that says swimming pool or beach. And we liked both. And I guess we liked hot weather because we could do those things. Okay, and then I'm gonna do I want to do it? I guess I'm going to do it kind of like so and like so. There we go. Now, for, I'm going to put ice cream and pizza. I think I have an ice cream image in here. Yes, I do. And these were our occasional indulgences, and do that. And then this has I don't know where this little epoxy flare came from. I'm gonna, well, I'll overlap it like that. There we go. And I'm going to use one of the Flare Huts, something from their set. Adam created a set called John's Sunflowers, and I'm going to use this flare somewhere here. I'll just add it to the little circle thingies that are going on. And we had a thing about 7:30, and I kind of want to, I'm going to put this here, and this clock, this is 11:25. It's not 7:30, but off camera, I'm actually going to change the face of that clock, and that's kind of an inside joke that we had. And he set reminders on our phones that at 7:30 in the morning and 7:30 at night, that said happy 7:30, and I still get those alarms. And if I'm ever filming before 7:30 and I get a corrupted video, that's why. Okay, I'm going to put the bird here like the bird is saying 7:30, but I need to put, I had another, okay, this is what I wanted to do. I want to put this, kind of, this is two of the elements in one. This says we love tropical and we love 7:30. So I'm gonna, and 7:30 in a tropical location is that much better. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of foam and put it on both of these, and then we're almost done. And it's a silly page that isn't meant to be high-end design, but it's It's a tribute to the special life we had and the memories we created. And something I just felt like I wanted to do today. Okay, and I have a few things. I picked this out. It says, well, this is just peachy, because we ended up in Georgia. And I have this little cactus. And this, there's no particular reason for this other than the pink of its little pot kind of matches the pink in that. This is a peach, and I keep wanting to put something here, but then it covers up that color. I should have thought that through a little bit better. Maybe here. I'm using the small peach instead of the large one. And I'll curl that up because I didn't put any foam. And I'm not going to get to use the jar of bees. I don't know why. I do want to add a couple other things. Didn't use that. And I'm going to I always do overlapping hearts, and I want to do that here, and then I'm going to, well, I'll do it off camera. I'm going to use this white alpha, or these little round alphas to say our first 8th, 1981. 5/8/1981. Not sure how I can do that. Anyway, I'll do something along those lines here. And I'll do that off camera so you don't have to watch me hem and haw and go back and forth and try to figure out what I'm gonna like. So when you see it posted on Instagram and Facebook, I'll have made that decision and possibly added 1 or 2 more. I may look for a small camera to use right here for memories. And summertime, I'd love to be able to find a beach umbrella. And what I'll probably do is I'll go look for pattern papers that have those, and I will fussy cut them out. And right now I'm looking for the pin to close up my glue, and it's not on the page. So I'll pull another one out of the pin cushion and put it back. But that's my list of my list of 8 favorite things, numbers 8 through 8, all about the 8th. So happy 8th, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.